It's alright. Is that one doing anything?
We're on the air.
Are we?
Cool.
We're on. Not out very good.
You got to push your little red button too.
What time is it? Does anybody know?
6:30 y'all time.
6:30. About time for us to begin.
Let's hear a story, boys.
Okay, the bull, we had how many bulls did we get in today, or mess with? About 9 we figured.
9, yeah, we counted 9 bulls that were bugling that we knew of.
And old Biggin here, he comes sliding in. There was 3 other bulls in the meadow with him, right next to him. He slid the old arrow right where it should be. He saw the arrow go through the elk, come out the other side, and he run about 30 yards, 40, 50 yards, 60 yards, probably 60, 70. More
Yeah,
like
probably, yeah, not
big
much,
meadow.
yeah.
And the other bull started running over to him, wondering what happened to the old biggin. We watched him die right there. He's got a kind of weird ear on him there.
Busted up ear, but hopefully the tax service.
All we did was cow called all morning.
September 23rd, and archery season runs how long?
Another week.
How many-
Another week? I didn't even know.
How many years you been hunting,
We
Keith?
did another.
Elk hunting?
Yeah.
About 5 days. This is my elk hunting career here, 5 days.
Yeah.
But no, it's September 23rd, and
You could probably even show them where we got it back behind
yeah,
you there.
similar to a mountain like they're fixing to show you.
Right there.
Show that mountain.
On the back side of that mountain.
It's on the back side of that mountain right there.
Back over
Haven't got the meat out yet. It's fixing, dude. That's one.
Brian and I dropped off the back of it, and he went down one way and I went down another way. He was on his feet and I was on my butt. And we went all the way down and we jumped a 5x5.
Yeah.
After a mile or so, he was kind of small. Not that I wouldn't have
We
taken
kind
him.
of passed him up.
Yeah. It wasn't quite what I was looking for, so
Waiting for the big one.
So we went on a little further and heard another bull bugle down there, and he kept bugling, and finally we went around there and we got in amongst them. And
Well, we called him up. We called up one before this one. It was
Yep.
5x6.
yep, I drew on a 5
He's
5x6.
about
I drew
13
on.
yards away.
I drew on one 13 yards away, and I had a bunch of dirt again coming down that hill trying to keep up with Brian. Had a bunch of dirt on my cams, and when it flipped over, it started squeaking, and the bull was 13 yards away, and he heard it, and he took off, and I guess it was kind of a good thing because this one ended up being a whole lot better, and I wouldn't have missed that experience for anything.
Well, me either. Tell us
It
about
was
the
a good
flight of the
deal.
arrow.
The flight of the arrow,
Well, that
kind of
was-
like this. I was lobbing them in at him.
Well, you were about 50 yards, and I was about 20 from the bull. It was just as open as it is in this yard here. It's real open. The sun was on you. It was late in the morning, and got to see the arrow go all the way through the bull here, 50 yards. I guess you're using the Muzzy. Is that what? I
Yep.
hadn't even looked at
Bad to the bone.
Yeah.
Yep, using the Muzzy. You need put a perfect triangle on each side of the cape. Went in one
Yeah.
side and
Went all the way
came
through,
out the other.
and that was 50 yards. And I don't know what your bow is, 70 pounds.
Yeah, my bow's at 70, and it's only shooting about 222, and it's an older bow. It's an old round wheel bow. But I had my doubts about it, but not anymore.
There, a shot come out on into the grass.
I think
You know, it still had a little left when he went through him that far. The bull, when you shot him, the bull didn't even know he was hit.
Nope, he turned and whirled towards me, and you cow called again, and that's when I could see the blood on the far side of
Both
him, and
sides.
I knew it was a pass through, and I was pretty fired up about that. And
He
he ran
started
up there.
wheezing pretty much
yeah,
right away.
I could
and
hear
he
him
made it
wheezing and
on.
gurgling.
Yeah, he made his way. Who carried him out?
That man right there.
Yeah? Well, the head. We hadn't carried him out yet. We're all fixing to find out who carried him.
That's, I tell you, the two things,
How far did he have to carry him out of
the two things I remember about this hunt right here is one, walking around that bush when Brian finally told me it was okay to come out. I came around that bush and I looked over there in that meadow, and all I could see was this side of his rack sticking up. And then the second thing I'll remember, probably the most thing I remember, is him carrying this thing out on his back. And I don't know how many miles it was. You're a pretty good judge of distance, but that was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And he took it out on his back for no other reason than to take these pictures right here.
Yeah,
So that's
just like we're doing.
so that's a pretty amazing thing.
Well, we could have caped him out. A lot of times I do cape. You know, I'll go ahead and cape them all out and then cut the bottom jaw. You lose 20 pounds probably. You know, doing
Right.
all that, and then you
I
have
told him
one
to
guy
cape him,
carry
and he
the
told me he
cape.
wanted these pictures, so I sure am appreciative of that,
And we're
because
going to take some still pictures probably tomorrow when the sun's up better.
take some tonight, and yeah, then we'll take some again tomorrow. And
It's good, because that's quite a trophy there. Like I said, that's the biggest bull that I've had a bow hunter get.
that in itself's pretty.
And,
That's a pretty good honor.
and I've done a lot of bow hunts. I don't know how many. But you know, something happens, or you hit them, or you this or that, or you know, you get the little one, and the big one was too far back with the cows.
Or a wheel
you know,
squeaks, or
the wheel squeaks, or you hit him in the neck. You know, he slings his head around, you don't hurt him, or you know, there's always some little something going to happen, and you really work hard, long days to try to get a bull of that caliber. And we figure he's going to be close to Pope and Young. He's heavy, extremely heavy, but he's, you know, hurting a little bit on his time length here. But he's an older bull. We figure he might have even been a little bigger last year. We're not sure, but his feet look old, his ivories are real old. He's definitely, he's not no redneck. Like
all these
two and a half.
little tips are
Busted
about
off.
all
He'd been
busted-
fighting.
just
And
about all
something whipped
busted
him over in that canyon because there was some cows around there, and he definitely didn't have any. Something kind of give him a spanking. So,
Brian said he'd like to see the one that whooped this one.
yeah, I'd like to see the one.
Because when he cleaned it, he called me up and we looked at the side of it, and he was showing me where another bull had banged into him or busted him up. He had some kind of like bloodshot meat on the side of him, and
On
it
his
was all
neck, too,
it was
yeah.
all gelled up in there.
Gelled
So
up. It was, you know, big gel spot. Almost where he should have been bleeding. You know, out of big old bruises. You know, he was a big old bruiser, all right.
he was fun.
Yeah, we got him.
Is your lens cover? Yeah, okay.
Part 2.
Part 2. Part 2. This is one bull that we got right here, but this is definitely not the first one that we've shot at, or at least drew on. John got a shot on a bull that I called up that wasn't very good. It was a pretty stupid bull. He just kind of stumbled in. I think he was on his way to go to sleep somewhere, and John winged at him.
Still came in. I'm sitting over there under that wood pile. Came in, I guess, about 20 yards. Well, I drew, shot, and hit him. She took off. Left pretty good blood, it looks like. And see if we can't find her.
Let's do it. As you can see, we got plenty of blood here. Looks like it ought to be a easy recovery.
Where's the rest of my arrow? Here's the
Well, she snapped it in half, didn't she?
Yep, that $7 arrow.
Okay.
Quite a bit of blood. There she is over there.
Oh, yeah.
Not a very good shot. Looks like.
Like she's quartering away. All right. Well, Bobby got one yesterday evening. He got one this morning.
Not a bad hunt.
That's
was
pretty good. He done his part,
That's right.
Definitely.
and then
had-
some.
Even took a good thing I took off work today. That's right.
Yep.
That half a day, huh?
Put your hand around that mass on this side, just to kind of. Big old massive horns.
Yeah, it's real thick in here. Kind of palmated.
I just hope he goes 2 sets.
Here we are, after 5 days of elk hunting. We're fixing to head home. As you can see, for a change, we finally got one. This is all of our rig. This morning, me and Keith, we went out and we got into about 5 bulls, one good 6x6 about that size, and we got close to all of them. We had 2 satellite bulls, 5x5s, within about 35 yards of us, and then we ended up getting busted on that. And we had 2 other small bulls that they weren't legal bulls that we seen. And then we made a little short hike over a hill and found another 6x6 about like this one, but he had a herd of cows, and he wouldn't come into our calls. We got within muzzle loader range of him, about 100 yards, but maybe 150. But that's as close as we could get to him. But it's been an excellent hunt. We've seen between 30 and 50 bulls, and we've had a super guide. Here's his house. I'll take you in and show you some of his trophies. Here's his porch here. You can see he got a real pretty blonde black bear. Here's Brian's trophy room. There's a mountain lion he killed. He done it, the mount himself. And there's a bull that scores, I think, around 280. That one right there scores a little over 300. He's got several whitetail that scores in the 180s. Only thing that he's got a little weak in here is his whitetails. They